And lift your hands all over this room. Brother, while I was in prayer, and you can keep, matter of fact, just go to strings for me. While I was preparing and in prayer, seemed like 9 o'clock had rolled around, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and I still went to sleep. 12 o'clock came, still went to sleep. I said, God, I know good and well I'm not still woke. 1 o'clock came, still woke. And I'm praying and seeking the face of God, and 2 o'clock come, still woke. I said, God, you know I have an assignment. I said, I gotta get some sleep. 3 o'clock came, still woke. 4 o'clock came, still woke. 5 o'clock came, still woke. 5:30 came, we found. I said, God, I am literally operating off a good 45 minutes of sleep. I said, how in the world are we going to function? The Lord spoke to me, and anybody that knows me knows I rarely sleep anyway. Because how God deals with me, my sleep is always interrupted. And because I couldn't get no sleep last night, I kept toiling about why. The Lord spoke to me. He said, Keandre, the reason why you can't get no sleep, he said, because what you're wrestling with is those that's going to be here this morning that's in the midst of a fight of trying to get here and there. And I said, what do you mean? He said, Keandre, what you're battling with is the battle of the middle. And I said, I don't understand what you're telling me. He said, when you get to Tampa, there are going to be a few people that are battling with the warfare of the middle. Come on, sir. Come on, sir. He said, God, what do you mean? Middle means I'm in between of what God said. And at the same time, I'm in between of what I'm experiencing. On one side is what he promised. And on the other side is what's making me cry. On the other side is what he showed me. But on the other side is what's causing me disappointment. On the other side is what he prophesied to me. But on the other side is the very thing that's making me regret what he called me to do. On one side is his voice, but on the other side is my tears. He said, Keandre, when you get there, there are going to be those, they're going to look good and smell good. But you don't understand. Can I tell you a secret? The person that you're sitting at the table with, they might look good, but they're battling with the warfare of the middle. I want to quit, but my middle keep telling me he got something planned. I want to throw in the towel, but my middle keeps telling me he still got something better for me. I really want to cuss him out, but my middle keeps telling me we are closer than what we think. I really want to walk away, but my middle keeps telling me, look at somebody, say, neighbor, I'm in the middle. I have one assignment. My assignment this morning is to snatch you out of the middle. is there are some of us in here. It's not that we don't want to move. It's the fact that for some strange reason I feel like I can't. Okay, I'm not talking to everybody because maybe y'all sanctified holy 24/7. But let me talk to those that can be really say, Kendrick, I go to church faithfully. I serve on the usher board. I do praise and worship. I pray like they tell me to. I help my pastor when I'm supposed to. But for some reason, when all of that is said and done, I still don't see everything God said. Y'all like, okay, I ain't got nobody. The truth of the matter is, I love God for real. And they tell me that I need to be faithful. They tell me I gotta keep my hands lifted. They tell me I gotta stay in prayer. But what they don't tell me is how to battle. And what they don't tell me is how to gain victory over my middle. What do I do when I pray for something and God still don't do it? What do I do when I lift my hands and worship and I cry that the other God is still negative? I'm in God. It's not that I don't want God. And it's not that I don't trust God. But I'm battling with something that don't nobody know about. Here's where you don't understand my warfare. You don't understand. I hear everything you say, but you don't understand what I got to go home to. I got to go home looking at a child that's still in the middle. I got to go home looking at a marriage that's still in the middle. I got to go home looking at a bank account that's still in the middle. I got to go home looking at a car that's still in the middle. But can I tell you something? Regardless of what you're looking at, it does not change what he said. And God told me to tell somebody. God said it is now time for you to shift from where you are. I said, okay. I said, what is it? I said, I'm battling. He said, Kendrick, there are those. It's not that they don't want to move. I see tears falling. There's a breaker that's here. There's a the breaker is in this room. There are those of us, it's not that we don't want to shift and walk into what God said. But I heard the Lord. It's not that I don't want to, because I want to, but there's something keeping me from moving. Y'all don't come back to me in here. There's something that's keeping me from walking into. It's something that's, have you ever been in a moment that you felt like you were in some type of bungee jump, that you're doing your best to go forward, but something keep pulling me back, pulling me down to you. Okay, it's not that I don't love God here, but every time I feel like I'm good, something keeps reminding me of what I lost. Every time I think I'm good, something keeps reminding me of who walked away. Every time I think I'm good, something keeps reminding me of the loved one that I lost. Every time I think I'm good, keep reminding me of the child that still ain't saved. Every time I think I'm good, something keep reminding me of how my marriage is still ugly. Every time I think I'm good, something keep reminding me of how I'm going through in the church that I said God called me to. Every time I think I'm good. I have one assignment. And my assignment is this: to pull you out of the middle. I'm going to tell you, like he told Elijah, I know you want to go to the cave, but Elijah, what are you doing here? Lord spoke to me and we get ready to pray. My hand's stuck, but I got to obey God. We get ready to go to about 3 levels. And I promise you, you get ready to leave. You get ready to leave. Can I tell you something? Woman of God, I don't know you. But can I tell you something? While we're in this atmosphere, there's a miracle he's about to give you in the lower part of your back. I got to go. And so I got to move. I really have to move. And so I told him, I got to get out of here. All right, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. So there's about 3 levels that we're about to travel in here. One of the things that the Lord told me when I got here, he said, Kendrick, woman of God, pastor, woman of God in the pink dress, can you come here really quickly? I really have to. Okay. I just have to, stop right there. I really have to move. But while the man of God was going through it, the crazy thing about it is I was already going to come get you. But as he was going through it, the Lord told me this while you were singing. The Lord said to tell you, he said, tell her to take me out of the box. And I said, God, what do you mean? He said, tell her. He said, do not believe me based upon what you see, but believe me based upon what I told you. I looked at her, the Lord said, tell her to go after what I said. He said, don't let the money tell you what to do. He said, don't let the people tell you what to do. He said, go after what I told you. Because what the enemy has been trying to do is to box you in. And so I see you preaching but out of a box. I see you laying hands but out of a box. I see you prophesying but out of a box. But God did not side. But the enemy messed up by letting you come to Tampa because it was people in your worship, but it was about pulling you out of the box. Because God said, there's about 2 businesses that lie in your belly. And God said, I got to pull you out of the box. Because what the enemy wants you to do is focus on what you have. Because what you have don't look like what you can do what God said. But God said, not only is there a business, but there is a mentorship. And God said, you have to work. And everything I said, let me do this. What God has to do, God has to heal the place that makes it hard for you to move forward. Because the enemy said, remember what happened the last time. But today, you coming out the middle. I need my intercessors pray. I got to move. You won't leave here the same way. But I prophesy that everything that God has ordained for your life is located in even now. That by the time you get back to Miami, I wish I had a praying church. By the time you get back to Miami, that everything that God has ordained for you, everything that's been held up, everything that has been blocked, I decree and declare even now that it is being released over your address. And I sense revival that even now your church will never be the same. And I'm gonna tell you what I just heard God say. God said, tell her I'm removing the weeds and I'm sending the sheep. I know what I just heard God say. God said, I'm removing the issue and the struggle in the church. And God said, I'm sending him. I need somebody to open your mouth. Watch this. Y'all don't even know what's going on that ground. That's a travail. Be careful. Because there's a birthing that's happening. Everything that has been held up is coming. You got to move. So, woman of God right here. Right here. I thank God for the oil on your life right now. I just heard the Lord. He said, tell her the friction that you have been experiencing for the past 2 years. And when I say friction, it almost feels like there's one thing after the other. For almost 2 years. But your faith has never slipped. But there's been friction. It don't come from this side, it comes from this side. But I hear the Lord say, he said, tell